Been a while, hasn't it? Shody Sub-Zero. And welcome to another episode of Eating with Zero. You know, I almost feel like it's been so long that I forgot how to do this. So, where do I begin? Well, the first thing I want to know is, what is everybody eating today? I'm actually eating 145 grams of blueberries, which totals to about 90 calories, and 170 grams of Greek yogurt, non-fat, 90 calories, about 16 grams of proteins. Oh man, got a lot to talk about, but I'm gonna try to keep it brief because don't have too much time tonight. I'm recording kind of late right now. I guess you can call me Zero-sama, right? So I got a car, and I'm driving, and I'm realizing that I can't see very well while driving. Popped on the glasses, and everything looked pretty crisp. And now, whenever I don't have them on, especially when I'm playing games on the TV or if I'm watching a movie, it's a little unbearable. About to size up to like a bigger TV when I move, which is what this video is about. Let me tell you about something that occurred last summer of 2021. My wife, thankfully, has been working for quite some time now, and we were looking into moving into a 2-bedroom apartment because we have a son. You know, he's 7 years old now, and this 1-bedroom apartment ain't cutting it anymore. So, we were like, okay, well, let's save up and let's move, but let's take our time. We were even considering owning something, like maybe a home, like a house or a condo or something. We didn't know where we wanted to go because it was like really the first time that both of us were working real job. But then July, I come home from work on a Friday, bought myself some Entenmann's cupcakes and some Diet Coke. It was raining pretty bad that day, and I approached my apartment, and then I see a shit ton of fucking water in the hallway, and I'm like, what the fuck? Take a look at this for yourself. What ended up happening was the roof of the apartment collapsed. We've had situations in the past where there was like a leak from upstairs, and it was very annoying, but it was never to the point where we couldn't live in the apartment. And I'm like, okay, yeah, this is annoying, but when we move, we won't have to deal with this. But this was the first time that we actually had to leave the apartment. And for about a month, over a month, we moved out to my mother-in-law's place. Bless her. But I wanted to kill myself every morning. It almost felt like I reverted back to living in my parents' place, where you had to follow someone else's rules. They weren't enforced. She was actually pretty chill. She didn't really care what we did, right? But, she went to bed at a certain time, and my sisters, my in-laws they live with my mother-in-law. So, during that time, the weekends specifically, they would be, watching movies in the living room, and it wasn't our choice. Oh God, again, very grateful for living there, because some people aren't fortunate enough to have a place to escape to in a situation like that. But man, it was just so fucking rough, bro. You know, we've been living here for so long, and we didn't want to say goodbye to the apartment on those terms. And long story short, after a month, we moved back into the apartment. It just felt good to be home, but at the same time, it doesn't feel the same. Oh man, we should have moved out a long time ago. So, you know, we're like, let's take our time. Let's not rush moving into anywhere. We don't want to move out of here and then end up at a worse place, because at this moment we can't buy a home, we can't get a condo. You know, we just got a new vehicle. That's helping us a lot. But we're looking for the right place. That's how we started the year. We're like, okay, let's start the year positively. Let's go ahead and just do this right. That was the plan. Right? There's 3 of us. We could make this 1-bedroom work for now, right? We can definitely make it work. My son, again, big kid. He likes to be around us. I guess because he's been with us since he was born. We've always had that one room. To him, sleeping in the room with us is normal. So we've even asked him, hey, when we eventually move into a 2-bedroom, are you excited to like have your own room? And he's like, I don't want my own room. I want to sleep with you and mommy. And I'm just like, you're gonna be 8 this year. You gotta get your own room. January comes, February comes. We're looking around for apartments, but we're not really looking. We're like glancing, planning my wife's birthday. I was really excited to take my wife and my son out to eat somewhere really nice, especially after this fucking cold. Sorry, I don't want to say that C word, but after this whole pandemic garbage, you know, things are getting back to normal. So I think it's time we can go out to eat at a restaurant and feel safe, you know? I get her a cake and several nice presents. She's off that day, and she hits me with the news, man. She hits me with the news that Zero wasn't expecting. And while she didn't show me this picture that I'm about to show you right now, because this picture was taken a couple weeks ago. Her birthday was in February. She hit me up with this. You know, I honestly thought, right? I wanted another child, but I didn't see it happening. You know, like you know how when you think about something, but you can't see it happening? That's like saying, man, imagine having $1 million right now, but you know it's not gonna happen. You can't see it. That's how it was when it came to having another child. I said, man, it would be cool to have another son or a daughter, but I couldn't see it. There was just something about it. I don't know what it was. Maybe a parent of 2 or 3 or more children can tell me if they felt that way initially prior to having multiple children. We went to our first appointment, you know, about a week ago. And I'm like, yo, this is fucking crazy. You know, when she told me during her birthday, I was just like, we took the test, right? We took the pregnancy test. We took the standard stick, right? It's like a plus sign. The horizontal line is always going to be there. If it's just a horizontal line, then you're not pregnant. But then if there's a vertical line, you're packing. First, she pees on a stick. She didn't pee on it correctly. And I'm like, okay, let's try again. Let's use the second stick. We use the second stick, pee on it, put it down after you close it. You look away, you let it sit still. You see whether or not the line forms. My wife's talking to me, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm probably shooting blanks, man. Like, come on. Like, it took a long time for her to be pregnant the first time. I went several times, and it was like I was shooting a fucking wall. That shit had a barrier. Whatever, I paid no mind to it. So, you know, we're talking about it. I'm looking at the corner of my eye. I'm looking at the stick, and I'm like, I see a faint vertical line, bro. What the fuck? I'm looking at that line, and I'm like, honey, look at the line. She's looking at it, and she's just like, it's kind of faint, though. You don't think so? And I'm like, yeah, I think it's a little faint. In hindsight, after looking at the picture, that shit was never faint, man. I wanted to believe that it was faint. Okay? I wanted to believe it. So then I went out and I bought the digital joint that says pregnant or not pregnant. She peed on it and it said pregnant. So then fast forward a few weeks and, you know, we go to our first visit. And by the way, prior to this first visit, I had her pee on another stick. She's like, why are you making me pee on a stick? Again, we already know. I feel a little different. I feel weird already. And I'm like, I don't know, just in case. What if it was just like a false positive? Because I was in super denial. So, you know, we go to the doctor's visit. I'm in there. Man, we heard the heartbeat, man. We heard the heartbeat. So the Monday that I was supposed to go back to work, I fucking called out. I woke up, my anxiety through the roof. I'm talking about call center days anxiety. But not because I hate my life. It's different. It's more of this load on my shoulders, this responsibility. That's what it felt like. There's this movie with the dude from Dawson's Creek, where he's like this camera guy, and at the end of the movie, you find out why his back was hurting. He had like this ghost chick on his shoulders. That's what it was like. It felt like I had the weight of the world all of a sudden in my shoulders, and I'm just like, holy fuck, I'm calling out. So I called out. You know, I was telling my wife, yo, like, I don't know, I keep thinking about it, man. I hope we're gonna be good. You know, she's not too worried, you know, very supportive. So then Tuesday comes, and I'm like, I gotta get to work. I didn't feel as bad as I did that previous day, that previous morning. Every day that I woke up, I felt that way. I felt like, fuck, there's gonna be a fourth family member. He got 9 to 5 schedules. He's working a overnight shift. When I had my son, I was working 5:30 to 2. And you know, my wife wasn't working, and it was a simpler time. I didn't have to worry about fucking $2,000 apartments. You know, these apartments in New York City are insane, dude. Like $2,000 to live in the fucking hood. Like, oh yeah, you're gonna pay $2,000. By the way, there's a chance that you might die today when you go to work. I don't know, man. Like, it's just like, fuck. Like, I have so much on my mind right now that I'm thinking about that. I'm so excited and I'm so grateful that we're bringing another child into this world. I don't make enough money to support a family in a 2-bedroom apartment in New York City, you know. So it's like, now I'm entering uncharted territory. Wish me luck, everyone. I'll keep everyone posted, man. It felt good to talk to everyone. I know this was a rather short video today, but you know, I just had some thoughts that I really needed to like release. I'll be sure to update everyone a lot more frequently. I'm not gonna disappear like I did. I think it's been almost a year since I posted a video. Again, If you haven't told me already, let me know in the comments what you ate, man. I really want to know. Later, guys.